hope you're enjoying this beautiful day. I am doing a video response to one of my Patreon supporters on my Patreon website, Vincent LFAF. Vincent loves food after fasting. That's my Patreon website about nutrition and fasting. So, a patron's video response that they requested is, what to do about cravings. They're having cravings and they're tempted to eat out, to eat garbage fast food, things of that nature, like what to do about that. I have a few topics to cover regarding that challenge, regarding that issue. First one is the self-talk. Um, what is your self-talk? If you have issues dealing with cravings, what is your self-talk? Um, are you do you have a lot of destructive, self-defeating ideas? Are you constantly putting yourself down, or is your inner circle constantly putting yourself down? Are you a big fish in a small pond? These are things to consider that add up over time and may lead to a disaster. Like recently, a friend um, reached out to me, telling me about their daughters getting married, and uh, it's so sad to see what she developed into over a few years. She used to be in phenomenal shape, but she let herself go so bad that she's having problems like looking for the right wedding dress. These little things add up over time. If you're not taking care of yourself, and if you're not aware of how to take care of yourself properly, through self-talk. That's a basic step. Is your self-talk, and how do you view yourself on a day-to-day basis? What's um, what's a move in the right direction? Even if you think you're okay, you only live life once. Let's go for great. Okay, let's go for some great self-talk. I'm a big advocate for audiobooks, podcasts. Ed Milet, he's a great example of a positive influence on YouTube. To start your day off right. Look for some of these Ed Milet videos. In my early 20s, when I was going through some shit, Les Brown was one of my main guys. I would just listen to it audio. There was no visual, just audio. Uh, for like months on end, I remember listening to some of his stuff every day. And I think, and he even mentions that alters your self-talk is when you have these positive ideas and influence drilled into you every day. That's going to disrupt the negative talk, and it's going to influence more positive dialogue with yourself. So assessing, the things you say to yourself, how much self-value you have, and your inner circle, and what's influencing your self-talk too. Okay, that's nutrition, that's your inner circle, and then your own self-belief too. You have to constantly remind yourself uh, through self-love by being by loving yourself. So being picky about what you choose to watch, what you choose to consume, and then who's in your inner circle, and taking that inconvenient step possibly of removing people from your inner circle. And how and maybe your outlook on challenges and goals in general, you may be giving up too fast, or not uh, believing in yourself as much as you should, or overthinking that these challenges are so big. These problems are so big. When it's not the case, it's just a challenge, it's just a goal. It's an opportunity for growth. It's a very positive thing. And it's altering that perspective can do wonders for you. Audiobooks, podcasts, hypnotherapy. Sometimes getting into how should we describe this? The deep layers into the mind that are a lot more difficult to control, and that become autopilot. Hypnotherapy. I haven't looked too much into it, but somebody I trust talked about his experience with hypnotherapy, and I believe him. So hypnotherapy is something else to look into every day. Just a few minutes as soon as you wake up. Just like it's said that, you know, the first thing you eat in the morning has an effect on your neurotransmitters, your metabolism, your lack of, or the significance of, you know, your metabolism, your neurotransmitters. The first thing you eat, I think also the first thing you listen to, the first thing you see, also has a big impact on how your the momentum of your day goes, and what type of direction that's going to go into, a positive or negative direction. Okay, so your self-talk, inner circle. Next subject, upping your electrolytes and your fluids. The electrolytes, uh, potassium and sodium. Is magnesium considered electrolyte? You know, the essentials, okay? Those are what I consider the essentials. The sodium, potassium, and magnesium in your fluids. Are those sufficient? Remember, at least 6 grams of sodium a day when you're fasting, at least 4.7 grams of potassium a day when you're fasting, and magnesium anywhere from 1 to 6 grams a day. Depending, especially considering if you're a, excuse me, if you're somebody who drinks a lot of caffeine like me, it's a few grams. It's like 4 to 6, maybe 7 grams of magnesium a day to ensure you're getting that deep quality sleep. And believe it or not, that's going to help you be satiated, especially when you do eat something. You're going to need that sodium, you're going to need those fats, you're going to need that high protein to keep you satiated, to stave off those cravings. Okay, you're going to have to load up on the healthy stuff so you don't have the cravings for the bullshit. And fish oil. Fish oil can help with just about anything you could think of. I remember one of my favorite authors, I guess one of his people he looked up to, you know, that helped him get into the health and wellness arena, become the great strength coach he's known to be, Charles Poliquin. I think like Dr. Mauro Di Pasquale, you know, challenged him. Like, I bet you, you know, fish oil will be in every study, will be correlated to any type of disease, that fish oil is able to assist with that. He's like, find me a study that, you know, disproves that fish oil is not somehow correlated to be able to help with any disease known to man. And like after, I don't know how many, he gave up. He's like, okay, fish oil helps with just about anything. That's the truth, you know, helps with cravings for sure. And the mind, you know, because you're mentally, you're giving in to bullshit food. Next topic, your interests and activities. What does that look like on a day-to-day basis? If you're not committed to some type of physical activity, something consistent, something yeah, something you're not devoted to, like say you're a gymnast and you go and you do gymnastics 3 times a week. Do you have something like that going on? Are you into jiu-jitsu? If not, take on one of those endeavors. It's going to help distract you, and it's also going to help you realize what happens when you eat shitty food. You're not going to be able to participate and get that relief of joy and have that sense of camaraderie, that sense of community. That's something that's very healthy, and those people are going to help you be accountable too. And you could even once you join that group, you can even tell them, hey, it was a struggle for me to get into this group. Can you please do me a big favor? I want to be, if you could be my accountability partner for this, I could be your accountability partner for something else too. You'd be surprised. Like that, I've had several over the years, and I just kept it real with them. I saw something about them that they were struggling with. I'm like, hey, I see that about you. This is about me. You do this for me, I'm gonna do that for you. Okay, let's grow together. Let's be successful. Let's live a fulfilling life together. That's powerful shit. People want to be part of that. Okay, your interest in activities. Yeah, if you're not consistent with physical, I don't know what we could say, with working out, with physical exertion, get into that. Okay, and if it's not convenient to do that, but that's what you need to do. Okay, growth does not happen in the comfort zone. You have to get out of your comfort zone start some positive change, to get out of this rut of cravings, and start living a optimal life. Like, that is such a little distraction. When you're crushing it in life, there are no fucking cravings. Like, I look at food as fuel. So like cravings, that's not a this is barely ever in my vocabulary. It's like I look at food a lot differently. I'm like, I know this is what I'm gonna eat, this type of carbohydrate before I work out, strictly because I know it's gonna fuel me a specific way. There's no fucking cravings. Okay, so there's a level you're gonna get to once you stay consistent with this, where it's never gonna be a concern like a craving. Like, you value your time, your energy, your body way too much to even think about a craving. Don't wait. Be great. Peace out.